So, buying these beds here turned out to be a mistake. So many people ask throughout the years, why don't you buy a proper bed? You're sleeping on the floor. Well, I got this new crib, bought Fatima some decent furniture. Well, for our lifestyle, it's good furniture. Bought 2 new beds, and it just didn't work out. So last night, they had to go. I had a few rum and cokes. I says, no time like the present, ladies. Let's get to work. Them beds got to come out of here right now. And I'm going to explain why. Alright, so there you go. So the bed is back on the floor. Still keeping the good mattress, don't get me wrong. Not getting rid of the good mattress, but the bed is back on the floor. The actual bed frame is out of here. Alright folks, so why? Why did I take out the beds? I don't even remember what I paid for them. I think they're $2.5 a piece, whatever. And they're nice little sturdy hospital beds. They started calling them hospital beds, but they're nice little sturdy beds. And over the years, y'all have seen us sleep on the floor most of the time. Whether we get these little foam mattresses, like, about 4 inches of foam. So why do we do that? So many people have hit me throughout the years. I never let my wife sleep on the floor. You sorry bastard, blah, blah, blah. Well, let me educate you on one thing, okay? If you've never left the West, never left the States, a lot of people around the world sleep on the floor. People in Southeast Asia, including the Philippines, they sleep on the floor. Let me go back a decade ago. My Thai wife, right? In their house, they had beds in the house, but the mom slept on the floor in front of the TV. No blanket, no pillow, on the hard tile floor. That's the way she slept. She didn't want to sleep in no bed. They had beds. Now, Fatima's mother, they don't have beds over there, but they sleep on bamboo. The floor of their house is bamboo slats. You can look down and see the ground. Wind can sort of filter up through there, try to keep you cool. They sleep straight on the bamboo. They don't even have a mat. Got pillows and blankets, but there's no beds over there. That's the way they've slept their whole life. And so many folks in this country, not everybody, but majority of folks in this country, they sleep on the floor. I think that's an accurate and a fair statement to say. You don't have to have a big old king size bed with all this, headboard and to be able to get a good night's sleep. So throughout the years, especially since we had the children, we have purposely not purchased any beds. We purposely slept on the floor for many reasons. Let me just run down through some of the reasons off the top of my head. Number one is what they're used to. Okay? So it's nothing new. It's nothing out of the ordinary. That's their normal culture. At least Fatima and her family's normal culture is sleeping on the floor. We just buy a little 4-inch mattress. It works well. With babies, what do babies like to do? I sound like a broken record because I've done this video so many times throughout the years, just trying to explain I would say defend myself, but I don't really give a shit. But to explain and educate, you have small children, what do they like to do? They like to jump on the bed. The higher the bed, the more the stitches. That's the way it is. You keep the mattress on the floor, the babies want to jump on the bed, which is on the floor. They can't launch, 3-4 feet onto the ground or onto a nightstand or something and bust their head wide open. And knock on wood, I'm going to knock on some wood when I say this, my kids so far have not had to get any stitches. Okay, so far. The Forrest G has one little scar right here from where his sister pushed him into the footboard, I guess you call it, of the bed. It had 4 little square posts, and his eye hit the end of that bed. Again, if I didn't have a bed, he wouldn't have that little scar on his eye, right? So anyhow, so the kids Don't launch off the bed, bust their head into the wall or a nightstand, something like that. Keep it on the floor. Those are a couple of reasons. And we've gotten away with it fine. Like the foam mattresses we had in Angeles City would actually fold up into like a little couch or like a trifold, so you could push it against the wall, make it into like a little, low couch. But again, it worked well for us. It's also portable. Those little mats or foam mattresses are easy to move. If you're gonna buy one, make sure you get the Uratex foam. If you buy the cheap ones, like the real dirt cheap ones, that shit falls apart in weeks. It's horrible. But if you spend a little bit of extra money, get is it Uratex? Yeah, I think it's Uratex is the name of it. Those things last for a long time. They're very comfortable. Why did I get rid of these? This is the biggest room in the house, so you'd say it's the master bedroom. Oh shit, I think in America you can't say master bedroom no more. Real estate agents call it the primary bedroom. Anyhow, this little house is 2 bedrooms. This is the big bedroom. We stuffed 2 beds in there. Had some closets, these wardrobes, whatever you want to call them. So it was really, really crowded in there. But we had the beds separated. What the babies do? We put the babies in this bed. Me and the old lady trying to sleep in this bed, do some tenderoni time. At some point during the night, the babies get up and they transfer to our bed, right? They're just kids, or forced geo transfer or Maria transfer or both of them. And so they didn't really like the concept of being over there and us over here, so we pushed the beds together. Well, you still have the problem of them jumping on the bed, and the bed that was on the far side, nobody wanted to get over there. And I realized what it is. That footboard, you try to crawl over that, you bust your knee on it, like it just wasn't working out. So what was happening is this old little 4-inch mattress would end up in the floor in front of the TV, and everybody slept on that with grandma, and I'd be in there by myself. Because they would all fall asleep watching the TV, and I'm in there with 2 beds that I spent good money on. Nobody wants to sleep on them. And I woke up and I said, you know what? This room has turned into an unused bed storage facility. It was basically just taking up the best room of the house. Nobody's using anything. I said, how are we going to solve that problem? Well, the bed frame's got to go. So I got to drinking last night, put the ladies to work. We ripped that shit out, took the cabinets out. Now the only thing in there is 2 mattresses sitting on the floor. The room is nice and clean. Oh, by the way, with all those cabinets, there's dust on the top. You got to keep that stuff clean. Now, all the ladies got to do every day, mop the floor. The sleeping area is nice and clean for the babies. By the way, this, when you have a small place, is the biggest point. Now that the mattresses are on the floor, guess what we can do every morning? Stand those mattresses up against the wall. Lean them up against the wall. Now the babies can use that room for a playroom, run and jump, do whatever they're going to do, and we can actually use that space. Okay, at nighttime, everybody pick up the toys, the mattresses go back down on the floor, and now it's a sleeping area. It's a maximization of the space, whereas when we had those 2 freaking beds in there, you can't move those beds. The kids couldn't play. There's no room in there. Nobody wants to crawl in that far bed. All I was doing was storing 2 freaking beds that never got used. The little $20 mat that she bought at Prince, it was not even Uratex, I don't think. That's what all the Filipinos and Filipinas slept on. So there you go. I said, you know what? It was a bad idea. We thought we were moving on up. Now we up in the big leagues. Let's get some beds. Make everybody happy. All the viewers out there. I never let my wife sleep on the floor. Well, I bought 2 beds. I think they were like $2.5 each. What is that? $50. So $100. Just was not a good idea. So we ripped them out. Everybody had a good night's sleep last night, and it was kind of funny. I ended up watching TV all night. But they had a good night's sleep in there. And now, again, the room can be used. All we got to do is fold them up. You can do whatever you want. Toy room, playroom, whatever they want to use it for during the day, where before it was unusable with those bed frames in there. So I think we're going to take the bed frames to the village. Not that there's any room in their house to set them up, but I'm thinking about taking my grande size tent and setting it up in the village and putting those beds inside that tent, and then just buying little cheap mattresses to go on them. Or I'm going to use the metal parts to make a big old barbecue grill, like a big old, well, I'll use my imagination. But anyhow, I just thought I would bring that up. Again, I say defending myself. I don't care. So you say what you want. But there is a reasoning why we sleep on the floor. Due to the kids, the culture. Everybody's used to it. And you can maximize the whole area because people will walk on the mattress to get where they want to go. Whereas when you got to climb over that rail and you can't really walk on it, you know, because you're afraid you're going to... The beds were a bad idea, so they're out of here. Just like that. Boom. Had to make that command decision. So one will probably be a barbecue grill. One will probably go in my tent. Or maybe they both go in the tent. I don't know. But there you go, folks. A little slice of Philippine lifestyle. Some things are trial and error. What you do. You know, if it was just me and the old lady, okay, all right, no problem. We'd do it to bed. But it just don't work out with the kids. Especially with grandma. Yeah, the kids want to sleep next to grandma. Half the night they want to come over and sleep next to us. Just Filipino style. Put the mattresses on the floor. Everybody's happy. And I was happy too. To be honest, I don't know why in the hell I bought them beds. Trying to keep up with the Joneses. Just don't work. Materialism creeped in on me. But now that shit's out there. Gonna be some type of barbecue. Oh, that's some good water right there. Thanks for joining me, folks, in this little quick talk.